Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Home Minister Amit Shah have already taken to X and posted that the appeal to people to come out and cast their vote. PM Modi says, and I request all the voters of this phase to cast their votes and create a new record of voting. I especially appeal to women and young voters to participate enthusiastically in this festival of democracy. And is there a story there, ladies and gentlemen, that after phase one, the voter turnout has steadily picked. It's steadily gone up. Phase one is the BJP and the NDA's weakest phase, was the weakest phase. 102 seats. They did not have dominance in majority. They had to improve their strike rate there. And from that phase onwards, where the voter turnout was low, there was a charge, there was an infusion electorally. And will that have an impact? What does a voter turnout of around 67-68% overall, near to 70% actually mean? Let's get a chance and let's try and go across and focus on Maharashtra and Mumbai, where all 7 seats are going to the ballot. Vinaya Deshpande joining us from Dadar, Mayuresh Ganpate at Altamount Road, Vishal Chatkara in Juhu, Yesha Kotak at Malabar Hills joining us at this point. Mayuresh is with us. Mayuresh, this fight in Mumbai, will that decide the tone or set the tone, not just for the BMC elections, but also for the assembly elections? Is everybody looking at Lok Sabha 2024 as what's to come next with respect to Mumbai and the rest of the state?
Absolutely, you can call it as a semi-final for the assembly polls which are going to happen in the end of this year. But as Rahul was mentioning that yes, this is one of the seats where Shiv Sena versus Shiv Sena battle can be seen. It's Arvind Sawant, who was a former minister also in central government, against Yamini Jadhav. Yamini Jadhav is not that new name. She won her first election, state assembly election in last term, but she's not that known. But Shinde has put all his weight behind Yamini Jadhav, and he had given this particular seat or ticket to Yamini Jadhav. So it would be very interesting to see that what exactly South Mumbai decides and who basically they vote for, whether they vote for Shinde Shiv Sena or whether they vote for Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray Shiv Sena.
True. And that fight will also decide, and they will have the legacy claim coming out big time. Vinaya Deshpande joins us. Vinaya, whereabouts are you? Dadar, what's the fight and what's the sentiment on ground? Are they looking at bloodline or ideology? Who stayed true to Balasaheb's Hindutva, uncompromising Hindutva ideology? Or is it about who carries the Thackeray name? Who betrayed whom?
Absolutely. In fact, yes. Yes, this is that seat where the Shiv Sena versus Shiv Sena face-off takes place, and that is where Rahul Sheware, who's the sitting MP, will be fighting against Anil Desai, who's been pitted against him by Uddhav Thackeray. So Uddhav Thackeray Shiv Sena, represented by Anil Desai, versus Rahul Sheware, who is the incumbent MP, who is the Shiv Sena Eknath Shinde group leader. And so clearly this is one of the high stakes seats that will be watched out for. Let me also tell you, I am right outside Ujjwal Nikam's residence, where we are expecting him to leave for Siddhivinayak temple in a few minutes from now. So it's likely that within a few minutes we will see action right here. But yes, prominently with respect to Dadar and the Mumbai South Central constituency, which Dadar is a part of, this is an interesting battle, because remember, this is one of the places where the Congress had staked its claim and where Varsha Gaikwad was quite keen to get the ticket. In fact, traditionally this has been a stronghold of both the Shiv Sena as well as the Congress, which had alternatively taken up the seat. But this time on, Uddhav Thackeray refused to give up the seat during the negotiations within the MVA, and that is how we saw that Anil Desai has been pitted against Rahul Sheware. It was a general sentiment though that if the seat would have been given to Congress, that would have worked out much better for MVA. But having said that, Uddhav Thackeray did prevail in that talk. This is not the only seat where he prevailed. We saw several other locations as well where he prevailed and got that seat. But at the same time, this is where there is a vote bank. There is Asia's largest slum, Dharavi, which will dominate how this entire region votes. So several interesting factors in Mumbai South Central, where I'm standing right now. The primary face-off between Rahul Sheware and Anil Desai, the biggest factors that will decide are not just loyalty but also the kind of vote bank politics with respect to the backward classes, the Muslims, who exactly will be able to claim that vote share at a time when Rahul Chewala is already an incumbent MP. He is being pitted as somebody who is the representative of Narendra Modi, and so there's a massive campaigning that has been held not just by the Shiv Sena Eknath Shinde group but by the BJP as well, saying that you aren't just voting for Rahul Chewala, you're voting for Modi at the end. Will that prove to be a game changer is something that will remain to be seen.
Yes,
but yes, Mumbai
also
South Central,
that ballot
an
box,
important battle, an important
in
face
that
of
ballot
Sena
box,
versus
on the ballot box, in the EVM, on the EVM, it's also the Chunav Chinna, who has the Dhanush Ban and who has the Ghadi to their name. Because a lot of people will also identify a party by the Chunav Chinna. Yesha Kotak, you are in Malabar Hills. Mumbai, lots of people love to take to social media and write a lot, but they don't come out to vote. You are standing in an area that traditionally sits at home and does not come out to vote. Will Malabar Hills beat their own record and up their voter turnout?
Absolutely, this is something that we've been Absolutely. In fact, like you rightly mentioned, of course, there was a low voter turnout. Mumbai, maximum city, is known for a minimum voter turnout, and very much here, that is Malabar Hill, which is the South Mumbai part. There is usually a voter turnout anywhere between 30 to 40%. Of course, we've seen that over the last week, while Prime Minister Narendra Modi was in fact out in streets, this was a message that people should come out and vote. This was particularly in areas where there is low voter turnout. We've seen particularly in Northeast as well as in Dadar. Both of the places very addressed. This was an urge to the citizens to come out and vote, and this is something we've seen, like we've earlier mentioned as well. Prime Minister has taken to social media and asked people to come out and vote. In this very seat that we speak of, considering this is an affluent area, it is known as Mini Bharat because because it has a mix of all the crowds, right from Gujaratis to North Indians, also a mix of Hindus as well as Muslims, and which is where the whole battle game lies. In fact, we've seen Arvind Sawant getting those kind of a vote support, particularly because of the Hindu and the Muslim vote bank that now, in fact, the Shiv Sena is eyeing over. Yes.
Well, why should we divide the voter based on their community is one question that perennially is asked, but eventually the electoral conversation is always based on those community lines. But more importantly, जिसे भी चाहिए वोट कर पर जाकर वोट कर Malabar Hills, that's the most important point. 30 to 40% average, everybody should be ashamed if you're watching in Malabar Hills. You should have to go out and vote from one place that hardly comes out to vote to another place which in the Mumbai has a very, very low average.